Hi. So I had a thought today because I've been processing some more grief. I've had a lot of grief experiences over the last, especially 11 years, but particularly over the last three, and recently as well, as recent as this past week. And I wanted to speak to those of us who are artists and art therapists, especially, because so often the remedy that we come up with for everything is to go make art. And I totally appreciate that. Obviously, I work in this field of psychotherapy, art psychotherapy. I just want to, because I'm always like this, I'm always seeing the other side of the real lived experience. Sometimes you can't always make something. Sometimes grief isn't anything you actively respond to. Sometimes you just sit with it and you go with it. You let it take you where it's going to take you. And you feel your feels, and you don't necessarily always have the energy. Sometimes there's an inertia that sets in, and yeah, there's a time to break that. But sometimes it's just important to sit and rest and be with it and let it teach you what you need. I know that sounds a bit flaky or maybe out there, but I've had this experience a number of times, and well meaning colleagues who are art therapists in the field have said, "Oh, Lenore, you've got to make art." Well, no, not always. You know, I probably hearken back to my original way of being very early in childhood, which is preferably to go sit up in a tree or be near a tree or near the water and to let myself just be. So I don't know if this is encouraging to anybody, but if you feel obliged to have to make yourself do something to snap out of your grief or to be sure that you're interacting with it or processing it, that's fine. But if you're feeling that that doesn't line up with where you're at, sometimes there's alternatives. Let the grief tell you what that might be. I know that my grieving often tells me, go get near the water, or go get in nature, or go for a walk in your neighborhood, see flowers, listen to birds, just be. Go listen to a nearby babbling brook, or whatever it is that replenishes you even just a little bit, because this isn't a sprint. It's not about getting from point A to point B. It's an ongoing lived experience. It's a journey. A loss affects you usually for the rest of your life. And we learn how it wants to befriend us and how to be befriended by us, so that we are generous with the way we travel with ourselves, and hopefully it winds up having a natural spillover abundance toward others. So that's my little thought for the day. You take care. Bye.